Kia ora team, and welcome back to Big Boys Boxing. So we have a fight confirmation. Dillian Whyte will be fighting Alexander Povetkin at Manchester Arena on the 2nd of May. No other fights confirmed for the card yet. The fight will be pay-per-view in the UK, so the card better be good, because it's a busy time of year for pay-per-views in the UK. Not long before that we have Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois. It's a BT Sport pay-per-view, of course. And we also have Joshua versus Pulev on the 20th of June. So, busy time of year for pay-per-views. And, like I say, the card better be decent to make it worthy of being pay-per-view. It is what it is. Now, the fight itself, it's not a bad fight. By itself, it's not pay-per-view for me. However, Dillian Whyte is taking a bit of a chance, even though he's holding an interim title for the WBC. So, good for him. I'm glad he's not doing a Kurat Pulev, sitting on a spot, fighting powder puffs. Similar to Trevor Bryan, he hasn't even had a fight since he obtained his interim title. So Dillian Whyte's still getting it done. Alexander Povetkin is a reputable name, has loads of experience in both amateurs and pros. However, he is 40 years old, so he is on the slide. He's past his best, but he's still fucking dangerous. Alright, he has 35 wins with 24 KOs, 2 losses and 1 draw. His 2 losses being to Vladimir Klitschko, Anthony Joshua, and his draw is to Michael Hunter. Dillian Whyte has a record of 27-1, no draws, with 18 KOs. So I'm kind of looking forward to it, because I know there's probably going to be some decent fights on the undercard as well. Once it all happens, there's potential for Filip Hrgovic to be on there, Michael Hunter, any of the Matchroom stable that isn't busy at other times could be on that card. So it's okay. And like I said, I commend Dillian Whyte for not sitting on that position, fighting powder puffs or not fighting at all. Alexander Povetkin can still be dangerous. He's got a very good left hook. He's got a bit of power in his right hand as well. He fights well on the inside. I think he's technically better than Dillian Whyte, but Dillian's the bigger guy. He's 2 inches taller. He's got a substantial reach advantage. He's got youth on his side. So I can't see any other outcome besides Dillian Whyte winning this fight. The method, I think it's going to be a points decision win for Dillian Whyte. Yes, he can crack, but he's shown that he does gas out if it gets to the later rounds. And Alexander Povetkin, quite surprisingly, came on stronger in the second half of the fight against Michael Hunter. So he's still got a bit in the gas tank, but reflexes are the first to go. He's starting to lose a little bit of speed. So, like I say, I think it's a pretty much foregone conclusion, but there's always a puncher's chance against somebody who hits hard like Alexander Povetkin. Now, there is one little concern that I have about Dillian Whyte. In his last fight against Mariusz Wach, he came into the ring at 271 pounds. He looked too heavy, he looked slow. He didn't look like himself. well, at least comparing to his last few fights. Now, he was going through some trouble with UCAD, an adverse finding in one of his drug tests. He's out of the ring, had his interim title and mandatory position suspended, but he's dealt with all that. It's all cleared. That's not a problem anymore. But also, he was training at some sports institute in London, doing all his strength and conditioning training there, and his fitness up until after that Oscar Rivas fight had been much better than it had been in some of his earlier fights. Apparently he's not training there anymore, so hopefully that's not going to contribute to his body condition coming into this fight. I hope he's taking it absolutely seriously, because if he comes in at 271 pounds and he's not on the ball, it's quite possible old man Povetkin could knock his head clean fucking off. We've seen Dillian Whyte knocked out before. We've seen him dropped a couple of times as well. Joseph Parker dropped him. Oscar Rivas dropped him. So I hope he's taking this fight seriously, because he could get himself in some real trouble real quick. Alexander Povetkin is old, but if you're not on your game, he will beat you. He will knock you out. So fingers crossed Dillian is on top of his strength and conditioning and fitness. I'd like to see Dillian come in around 255 to 260. If he's getting up towards 270, that's too heavy. And for me, I think it's a recipe for disaster. So let us know your thoughts. Are you looking forward to this fight? Would you pay for it? And do you think the card's going to be any good? Looking forward to your comments. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. This is Big Boys Boxing, and I'm out. See you!